Sup, guys? Ryu here for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Welcome to Tech Tuesday, your weekly Tuesday discussion video on tech cards and all the good tech cards you need to know. Today, technically, we're going to break the rules. Instead of talking about one card, we'll technically be talking about three because they relate to this card here, Summon Gate, which comes from Invasion Vengeance. That is the TCG name of Invasion of Venom. They call it Invasion Vengeance. Now, before this video gets started, I want to take a moment and just say, oh my god. We did it. The channel is now over 8,000 and I can only thank every single one of you, and I cannot thank you enough. So tomorrow, indefinitely, one way or another, if I have to drag my corpse there, I'm going to get that duelist pack opening for you guys, and it's going to be done right. Tripod and everything. So get hyped. I'm hyped, and I just want to say I love you guys. Thank you. Summon Gate. Why am I talking about this card? Number one, Mikey recommended it, and when Mikey recommends tech cards, it's usually a good thing. And number two, because it actually helps against a lot of stuff that is coming out or could be coming out in the near future. So let's break it down. Each player can only special summon up to 3 monsters from the extra deck per turn. Plain and simple. How is this usable, Ryu? I look at this and I'm like, they're going to get 3 monsters on the board. What am I supposed to do? Let me break it down for you. Relax. First, they go for Instant Fusion to the Norden, that's 1. They go into the Exceed, that's 2. If they go anything else, that's 3. Now let me break it down this way for you. Someone plays, oh, I don't know, Brilliant Fusion. You change Summon Gate. Summon Gate resolves effect is now active, and they get the Cipher Knights. And then they basically go into that hand loop with Dark Synchro. Guess what? You can only do it 3 times, and if you could stop the Coral Dragon, you're going to be fine. That's the downside of this card. If you're going to use it against something like Dark Synchro, Coral Dragon exists, and that is the biggest issue. So I wanted to bring up something else with the name Summon in it, called Summon Limit. Neither player can summon more than 2 monsters per turn. Negated summons count towards the limit. Negated cards and effects that would summon do not count. So, per example, if you stop a hero lives, that doesn't count. But if you bottomless trap hold a monster that made it to the board, that does count. If you torrential tribute the monster, that does count. Now, why Summon Limit? Why Summon Gate? Why even the last card we're going to be talking about is Summon Breaker? Because Ying Zing, Metal Foe, well, not really Metal Foes, they're not really affected by it. There's ways of dealing with them pretty easy. But it's more Ying Zing and Dark Synchro, the 2 big Synchro decks of the upcoming format. Hell, even fucking Dark Lords can be stopped by some of this stuff. Not all of this stuff. Like, Summon Gate is not going to help you against Dark Lords. I'm sorry, it's not. Summon Limit, however, is a Floodgate card that I don't believe has had enough love and needs more love. Like, look at this card. It's so simple. It's dirt cheap, and no one. It's a sleeper card because it's going to literally stop the level eater spam that everyone is starting to bring up, even myself, because I wanted to give my thoughts on it. It stops that. It just says, nope, guess what? We're not doing that today. You can have it twice, and that's it. No Coral Dragon, no freaking, if they go Gem Knight Fusion, they go for another card, that's it. It counts for neither player can summon. Doesn't count for extra deck summons. It doesn't count for special summons. It just cares about summons. If you normal summon twice, that's it. It is the window that stops more than just special summon. Can you imagine this plus window? That is pretty nuts. That is pretty fucking nuts. Then there's this card I want to talk about is Summon Breaker. During main phase 1, if the turn player successfully conducts their 3rd summon of a monster this turn, it becomes the end phase. Now, why am I bringing up this, and why would I play it over Summon Limit? Because it's faster, you use Terraforming, you can deck thin it, you can search it. The other 2 you can't search. That's why I wanted to give you the different options like I typically do on Guide to Your Sides. This makes me happy, though, because even though it has to be a 3rd summon, it goes straight to end phase, so you're fucking with your opponent. If they go into Gem Knight Fusion, if they go into Brilliant Fusion, I call it's Gem Knight Fusion, man. If you play Brilliant Fusion, you go to Cipher Knight, and then you go for that normal summon, you have one more summon before it ends. you're forcing them to go to battle phase earlier if they even want to go to battle phase. Otherwise, oh look, you make Coral Dragon, end phase. I'm not going to let you use the effect. I'm going to Castell, Lightning, whatever. Because I don't need to drop 3 monsters on the board to do that. I could probably just have the setup and go 1, 2, boop. Oh, went to end phase. That's the thing. These cards don't care whose turn it is. So these work better in something like anti-meta. I really think Summon Limit is the best out of all three. But I wanted to talk about all three because Summon Gate is coming up. It focuses only on the extra deck. So basically if you're affected by something else, and you're not affected by the extra deck for whatever reason, you know, you get special summon monsters, you don't need your extra deck as much, Summon Gate's the way to go. If you want to just completely fuck with your opponent, and you want a searchable summon nullification card, that's a good way of putting it, then Summon Breaker. If you want to completely shut out your opponent, especially from level eater spam, Summon Limit. So I know what people are going to say, so let me bring it up. Just because a card has a B counter does not mean it's coherently balanced. It's not going to be completely viable to be in the thing. Fair enough. But since Dark Synchro is just starting to rise in regionals and whatnot, then why don't you just play Summon Limit at those regionals and see how it goes? Because there won't be as many, let's say, Dark Synchro decks as there will be for something like Yang Zing or something like, oh, I don't know, Dark Lords when they come out. Not that I'm trying to hype up that deck, but I really do think they will compete. Because even Konami thinks they're going to compete. Or even in Blue Eyes. You can use this card against Blue Eyes. Granted that they're not going to summon too much because you have Sage and then Alternative, but then they would go for Gospel. You could also use Royal Prison. I've been talking about that card lately. This doesn't really work against Blue Eyes, so don't try it. This works pretty good against Blue Eyes, and this is amazing against Blue Eyes if you want to stop the summoning. You want to just slow them the fuck on down. There you go. Let me know what you guys think about those 3 cards, and thank you so much for getting us past 8,000, and if you're new and you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more. I will see you guys tomorrow for a box opening, and then Thursday for stock market. I'm Ryu for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Till next time, have a good night. Peace.